you know, we've been living here for about 6 weeks now. And we've come up here a couple of times before, and I've always been into the mountains and just getting out into nature and stuff like that. But it's hard to look at that, you know, to be up here in this, the wilderness, if you like, you know. And that's where we live down there in the valley. But it's hard to be here and not to be amazed by it all, and not to ask questions at least. You know, I'm not a religious person in terms of organized religion anyway. But if you take all of that out of it, take all the bullshit, all the books, all the man-made stuff, and the ideas, and you know, the ideas about whatever we think is there, take all that out of it, and there's still a level of amazement. You know, there's still a level of, how did this all come about? How have we got our minds? How have we got things about us that are just, that can wonder about these things, you know, that can see these things and be amazed by them. You know, I remember going out at night and my dad would show me the formations in the sky, and he'd say to me things like, you know, they're suns and there might be other worlds floating around that. You know, just reading about the universe and galaxies and seeing these magnificent images that are coming back now through technology. And how can you not awe at the possibilities that are there? You know, the pure possibilities. You know, the possibilities of life and death. Even, you know, we know what life is. We know we're going through life. We know this is it. But what is death? You know, we see things from a certain perspective, and you know, for me, even death is an awe-inspiring thing. You know, if you look at death in the right way, I think you can see that it is a cut-off point that forces you into trying to make the best possible version of yourself, trying to live that best possible version of yourself. And that's a good thing, I think. I remember listening to Elon Musk, and he was talking about whether we're in base reality. So, you know, this is, for me, is the wonder of things, because you just don't know. And base reality is, this is reality, this is what we are. And he's saying, based on the technology that is around now, and based on the advance of technology and how quickly technology is going forwards, gaming technology, I think he was talking about specifically. But he's saying, imagine what it's going to be like in 10,000 years. You know, never mind 50 years' time. I mean, I've heard people talking about things in 50 years where you'll have virtual reality, which is virtually identical to what we have now. But move forwards 10,000 years and see what the technology is going to be like then. And he said that the chances that we are, based on that presumption, the chances that we're in base reality now are 1 in billions that we're actually in base reality, that we're not in a virtual world of some kind. Now, you know, that's, to some people, is just as ludicrous as anything else. But for me, the Big Bang is just as ludicrous as anything else. You know, when I think about the Big Bang, this is where we came from, and this is the best that we can come up with. You know, I don't know. You know, for me, that just takes all the wonder out of everything. I mean, for me, it's just, I think some things are just better off left unknown. So anyway, I like my life. I like the fact that I can believe. I like the fact that there is possibilities in life, and that we've got things that we can move forwards to. All I can control about myself is, you know, trying to get to that best possible version of me, trying to live the highest form that I can live, you know, both on a lifespan, you know, from the perspective of lifespan, you know, birth to death, and all I've got is from here until the end, or from the perspective of now until the end of the year. What's the highest version of myself I can get to at the end of the year? What's the highest version of myself I can get to after a month or a week or even today? What's the best thing that I can do today? You know, say to yourself, when you're thinking about procrastination, or you're thinking about doing something that you know is not going to take you anywhere, ask yourself, what would the highest version of myself do? You know, I know you're going from a grand scale down to a small scale, but like I said, looking at something like this, it just fills me with amazement.